please come get me?
No. I get that. I'm not, yeah. I wondered, but oh well. Okay, so wait for everyone to get on.
Can I get the light down? Thank you.
We walked around Walmart for a while. I went to Wendy's, grabbed some food because I was way low on sugar.
I'm glad you got you some food. It was actually kind of funny because I told her, okay, can I go now when we were finished? And she's like, yeah, just message me your availability, because the one thing, obviously, she didn't go through, she wants me there to learn it separate, which I totally get. She was going through how to make her pattern, which I get, because I'm going to do that too, and I have no issue with it, but she also needs me to come back to learn how to cut. So, and I have absolutely no issues with that. But she was like, so she said, you can watch or you can do it. Whichever's easiest for you. And she was slightly short on machines. So, you know me, I can pick it up just by watching, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll watch. Well, she kept having to cut parts, and I'd go and watch her cut, and so I'd understand and whatever. And she started realizing that I was catching things that she wasn't catching. One, I could remember lengths for a lot longer than she could. Which anyone who knows me knows that that's simple. You know, for me, that's real simple. You know, but it was obvious for her it was kind of difficult.
Caden and I originally turned on this rod and was like, this doesn't look right. Didn't we, Caden? Right, Caden?
What?
We originally turned on Beecher Road and it's like, this doesn't look right. You're tired.
Anyway, so it's the things that are simple for me, and I don't blame her.
Sister Caden saying we're on our way back.
I mean, obviously, that I know that that's a gift I've been given, to be able to remember things for a while. And then, plus it's part of the childhood PTSD that mimics as ADHD. I have to know what's going on around me. And I can also multitask because of it. And so I can remember this while I'm learning something else. And it shocked her that I was able to catch things even before she did. She's like, you're going to be perfect to be my cutter, because you're going to catch things that I'm not going to catch, is basically what she said. And I'm going, okay. Well, that's what I'd prefer to do anyway, but that's cool to hear that you haven't even seen me do anything and you're sure of this. So I'm really excited about it. And then once I know how to do it, she's going to let me do it at home. I don't know. I may have to go down there and cut and then do sewing at home. I don't know. But basically it sounds like it's going to be, there's going to be a high demand, enough to basically really be able to do things, to go consistently. So I know at least all through the summer there's going to be, and it does sound like it'll slow down some in the winter, which actually might be a good thing, So the time when I would need to slow down, it sounds like they'll be slowing down. And the time, health-wise, I'm getting back into the groove is when it'll pick up again. So, perfect opportunity. Everything else. I'm really excited about it. I'll be able to generally set my own hours. Obviously, when I've got to go there, I'm going to have to work out with her when to go. But that's not, it sounds a lot like a lot of it'll be set my own hours, which I'm excited about. So, and rather than having to wait until we get taxes back because of what I'm going to be doing, I actually can start sooner. And maybe wait, or at least start with some sooner and wait a little bit on the sewing machine and serger. And debate if I'm going to buy it online or watch for one in person or what. So, I have a sewing machine that I have access to, but they're kind of older. So having a new one where it sounds like this is going to be continuous for a long time would be a good thing. I got to figure that out with kids and whatever else, but
Mom may know where you can get a reliable searcher too. For an affordable price.
Your mom and my mom both may know some. What they're saying is that if you watch on the KSL classifieds and stuff like that, you can get some. My only question there, yes, they're cheaper, but the question I have and the thing I've seen.
What issues are coming?
Precisely. Because honestly, not just them, who else do I know that might have a good idea of the best?
Your aunt.
Yes. So, I'm not too worried about being able to get a good one. She did recommend a Bernina or a Pfaff, P-F-A-F-F. And she said I don't need a 5-thread, which makes a huge difference in price. She said she doesn't even know what to do with the 5th thread, so. But I do need a 4-thread. But knowing that puts the prices brand new at only a few $100s. So, is a few $100s worth the stress of someone else's issues?
Hayden, did you text Mindy?
Another thing, I am going to be a volunteer for Wizarding Days. I'm trying to decide on when. I'm thinking it'll be Saturday. And that'll get me in for free. I just got to decide where a fun place to live stream from and to try out Omlet's new live stream in real life app option rather than so in Omlet you choose what you're doing, what you're playing, whatever. And one of the choices, rather than choosing Wizards Unite, I could choose IRL, which is in real life, for anyone who doesn't know. And so that is made specifically for streaming what's going on around you and everything. So I think that'll be cool too. And it'll be a great opportunity to try that out. And they did say in the future that once I'm able to work from home, we may be able to work it out that I go to Hiram rather than to Brigham to pick up the stuff. Because her daughter lives in Hiram and her son-in-law, her daughter's married to her son-in-law, or this son-in-law, goes to Brigham every day for work. So they think they can easily work on getting me the stuff and there's another lady that's also in Logan. So getting the stuff so we can not have to go all the way to Brigham to pick it up. So I think that's cool. They provide all the thread, all the cloth, etc. So the patterns. So I'm looking forward to that. And she literally, you could tell that she could really use a good cutter. Not that she wasn't good. She's good, but she's overwhelmed because it's her doing all the cutting. And at one point she said, until I have enough cutting help, I'll just give you a long piece or give you fabric and you'll have to cut it. Or you'll have to get it to the right size. Later on, we might cut it to the exact right size for you. So, but yeah, it's funny when you've only been there for an hour or two, you've looked at her notes once or twice, and she starts asking you what size something needs to be. So that she doesn't have to refer back to her notes. So while I was there, Brett and Caden went and walked around Walmart and did Pokemon Go, I think.
We did very little Pokemon Go.
Oh, okay. I had thought you guys would go do Pokemon Go.
Caden saw a poster he wants, didn't you, Caden? Caden?
What?
You saw a poster you wanted, didn't you?
So many posters I wanted.
How much was the poster?
$5.
Had I known, I would have told your dad get you one of them as a thank you.
I only saw one of them while we were browsing around Walmart. I didn't know I wanted it at the time, Tom.
You saw Baby Yoda, the child, one he liked.
Okay.
Right, Caden?
What?
You saw Baby Yoda, the child.
Yeah, but I also saw another poster. So I actually went better.
So maybe we'll have to take you in sometime and grab you the one you want as a thank you. So just remind me, okay, Caden? Huh?
What?
I said remind me and we'll take you in sometime and get you the one you want. As a thank you for what you did today.
I showed Caden my sugar level. He says, Dad, eat now. Right, Caden?
What?
I showed you my sugar level and you said, Dad, eat now.
What?
Did you have your insulin with you or? Okay.
My sugar level is 50.
That's not good. You had candy in here, but the reason I asked was, yes, it's low, but you also, with what I heard you ate, you're going to need to,
I don't stop.
okay. You get what I'm saying. I need 2 ends and a wizarding challenge, and we'll see from there.
As tired as I'm getting, I don't know, sweetie.
Even if you just tell me, okay, you're going to have to jump, or, if we go through Willow Park and then just tell me, okay, you're going to have to jump in from the
That's the
road.
only way you'd be able to get it.
And sorry about the stream connection. If it's not stable.
cow. It's like $10 cheaper per tank.
Well, I'm guessing I didn't do the one
Oh, you didn't do Mercury because you didn't have a pass. It was the last one we did with Jen, and you were out of passes. That's the one I bought the pass for.
You're aware it's 45.
We need to fix that one foot, Dad.
So I did get one thing submitted with Brett's phone today, but that was all.
Where?
The river, or the Rose Hill sign. I still need to get, there's the pavilion, the park, the pavilion, the playground, and the basketball court there. That could all be submitted. I can't remember what else. If that was all, or... So if anyone's watching this and trying to submit, or hasn't submitted before but wants to know how, you can't take a picture and then submit it later on. You have to take the picture in the app during the submission process. So, and you actually have to take two pictures.
For this fortress?
I guess I can go for this one. I was meaning the one on the way.
I don't think I'm going that far.
Okay. So you take two photos during the submission process. One is the picture you want on the Pokestop. And the other is to show the area around the Pokestop. So that's one thing I wonder if some people are getting slightly wrong. Is basically you want to show that it's accessible, period, for everyone. And so, and that it's not a house or something. It's not on private property. So if there's a fence that separates like it's on the side of the fence towards the road, that would and the fence separates the public property from private property. You want to take it so that you can see the fence, because that'll prove that it's public access. You also, you name the stop, then you do a short description of the stop, and then you do another description of the stop. So sometimes it can feel like you're saying it 2 or 3 different times. But the reason why is to give more clarity, everything else, on why that should be a Pokestop or a waypoint of some sort. So hopefully that helps for anyone who's interested in submitting and can and yet hasn't done it yet. To know what's expected, everything else. So what we're doing right now is we're going to pick up my daughter, and then I think we're headed home.
I'll be back.
Hopefully we'll get my walking finished before we get home. I will have the vehicle tomorrow, so So, just so you see, earlier today I did get my Regigigas. So, that was why Brett had left his phone home. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, so I don't forget, I need to do something. And that reminds me, I need to tell Brett to talk to Scott.
In the trunk. Put it in the trunk.
Well, I'm thinking about it. If you want the skate park, Scott said he has...
He send it.
Okay. I had told him to ask you first.
Send it. He did ask.
Okay. I didn't know if he asked.
He asked.
Okay. Because what I told him was to ask so that if you didn't want to leave your phone home, it didn't end up in a wasted pass.
He did ask, so.
Okay.
I said, sure, do you want Mercury? And he said, I'm going to be at work, others I would take it.
So, Caden, you have your invite to the skate park. I just sent it so I didn't forget. I just sent it. I need my walking distance, but we can hopefully get it before we get home. So on the 24th, I believe it is, I might be able to get some more submitted. Just depending on how things are going and everything.
He agrees with me. This sewage lagoon right there stinks. You can smell it really bad. Sweetie.
What do you mean? Yes, I will eventually need food. Do I need us to stop by somewhere? I'm not saying for sure. But yes, I will need food tonight. I don't know what, but yes.
You can get home, I'm probably gonna crash.
It might be an idea for me to go to bed not long after you. If not at the same time where I have to get up when you do. Because I have to have the car tomorrow. Because we can't risk.
The board was kicked out of the building that we use it for FHE today. Just like there was, so Sake was using it, so they were kicked out, so they had to go to the building we use.
Love you too, girl.
So what you guys missed is Mindy whispered, "You forgot your blinker, you terrible person." And part of the reason I laughed is I was driving a vehicle earlier today that doesn't have a working blinker, and it was driving me bats.
Slow down.
I remembered it this time, Mindy. I know.
So the sign we submitted, this road that goes to the left right up here that you see, is right on that corner.
I almost missed this one. I'm so tired. Trying to get Mom's walking distance. You just got it, didn't you?
No, that was Unfoundables.
You need to get speed. Get up the hill.
I'm 0.01 away. Okay, I've got it.
Now we can speed up.
What happened, Mindy?
Sorry, Mindy. I just have to laugh at that because every time you take my phone, you turn it way down.
Yeah, I turned it all the way down because otherwise I will go blind.
Then I can't see nothing.
That's because you are blind. I don't want to become you.
Jeez, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for making me feel good.
You're welcome.
Jaden, could you grab the trash can? Yes or no?